So here's what I actually think about accommodation in Ireland. Hey everyone, it's the Corky fella, and you are probably moving to Ireland. If you're moving to Ireland, you're probably wondering on how to find accommodation, or maybe you're already here but didn't have any luck. Now you're wondering about finding accommodation in Ireland. How is it, why is it, and how to do it. Now you probably heard about some big spooky housing crisis, but I'm here to help you with actual tips and insights on finding accommodation in Ireland. So a dryer, Wi-Fi, a parking slot, pets allowed? What are your priorities when it comes to apartment hunting? Write it down in the comments. I'm really curious about it. But we'll get to your priorities later because I have a special tip specifically for that. So the first thing you want to do is figure out where do you want to live. So here are a few things that you should keep in mind when you're looking for a place to settle in Ireland. So do you want to be in a big city like Dublin or Cork or maybe even Galway? With all the opportunities, a lot more things going on, a fast-paced environment? Or do you want to live in a smaller place or town where the cost of living is lower and the life is a bit slower and more relaxed? Now that's up to you. I chose Cork because Cork is a university city. So there are plenty of young people, the nightlife is alive, there are plenty of opportunities because Cork is a big city, and also the city is not too big, so I won't get lost, I hope. Consider your budget. So accommodation in Ireland can be extremely expensive, so it's important to set a budget before you start looking. Again, bigger cities, bigger rent, smaller cities, smaller rent. But if you have a car and you're willing to travel, there are a lot more opportunities open for you. If not, well, then you're like me and you have to travel for about half an hour to an hour to your workplace, and you are probably gonna miss the bus and it's probably gonna rain every other day. Every single morning, every single day, when does it stop? But it makes me feel a little bit better with you watching over there and booping the like button. So the key is flexibility in every aspect of it. Be flexible. So you may not be able to find a perfect accommodation for yourself right in the beginning. Be prepared to compromise on some of the requirements you have, such as the size of an apartment, appliances, maybe a parking slot you can park somewhere near, because there's a chance that you might run out of options before you find a place. And flexibility and adaptability are the most important qualities when you're apartment hunting. Now that being said, start your search early. The housing market is very competitive, so it's important to start your search early. So there is a little bit of luck involved in this, but more often it's on a first come first serve basis. So a lot of listings are uploaded from 7 AM and be sure to be the first one to tackle them. So that's what I did. The first thing I did every single morning is open my eyes, grab my phone and open Daft.ie or Rent.ie to see the new listings and to be among the first people that applied for them to increase my chances. Even though my girlfriend did apply around 4 PM and we got the house, maybe I'm the problem. As I've said, there's luck involved in the process. Now the good stuff. So online platforms like Daft.ie and Rent.ie, I will put the links down in the description. These websites were a great place for me to start my search, and they were pretty easy to navigate, easy to create an account and very easy to apply for an accommodation. And also use social media like Facebook, because Facebook Marketplace has a lot of listings for houses and accommodation, shared accommodation that you might not find anywhere else actually. So be sure to use that too, but be aware of scammers. Always watch out for scammers. Okay, I do admit that this was kind of my addiction for some time. So I just replaced TikTok memes and stuff with like accommodation. With Daft.ie, Rent.ie, I literally went through like 1,000 applications all across Ireland, constantly looking for houses and apartments to rent. But that's alright, because you do have to be a stubborn piece of shit to actually find accommodation here, or just have luck. So the most common tip I can give you is look for shared accommodation. It's a lot cheaper and you can find it easier. This is a great option if you're on a budget, because you are gonna spend a lot less on a room than on an apartment for yourself. So you're probably wondering, why am I dressed like this? So just so you know, I've been having a couple of job interviews lately and I've been looking for another job. There's gonna be a video on it. If you would like to see that, definitely subscribe to the channel and keep up with the future videos. Now, something that I was a bit too scared to try, so I never did, but people do say that you can actually negotiate the price of accommodation. I would be very careful with this, but if you do have the courage to do that or not too much to lose, go ahead, try. Tell me how it went. You can drop it down in the comments so everyone else can learn. Now, HomeHack. You should definitely take a look at homehack.com, because HomeHack is a website where you can keep all of your documentation you need for applying to accommodation, and you can actually look for listings over there when you create an account. Besides that, letting agencies can find you and letting agents can't call you for a view. I would even argue that HomeHack is actually a necessity over here, because when you do look for an accommodation, there are some letting agencies that are specifically looking for your HomeHack code. So it's a small code that they can use to view your full profile and your private parts of the profile. So it makes it easier for them to see that you are already fully prepared and that you are qualified to apply for the apartment. One great tip I can give you is to really reach out to people. If you have someone in Ireland, make them help you. Ask them to help you find accommodation. Ask them to go to a viewing for you. Find people that can help you. Join groups, Facebook groups. There are a lot of foreigner communities for people that live in Ireland. Communities from specific areas, maybe from even your own country. So definitely look into that. Ask people for help. They can maybe find you accommodation. They can help you find accommodation. Somebody knows someone if you don't have already someone in Ireland to help you with that. Besides that, if you're coming here for work, you should definitely ask your employer to help you out. At least find accommodation. Or maybe they even provide accommodation. You never know if you don't ask. So that's an interesting tip, because I came to Ireland like that. I came over an employer that already had accommodation for me for the start. Later on, I did find my own house and everything, but that was an amazing boost in the beginning. So you did find an area where you want to settle in. You found someone that can help you out with that. You even applied for a few viewings and got them, and now it's the time for you to upload your documents or send the letting agencies your documentation. Now, what do you actually need? So you need a reference from your previous landlord, be it from Ireland or from your own country, or you can even get one from a hostel or a hotel where you stayed. You can just ask them to write you a reference. The most important thing is that you paid rent on time, that you were clean, and you didn't disturb other residents. I got mine from my employer because I was living in accommodation that he provided for me, and I also got it with my employer reference, which you will also need. Now, employer reference is just something you need because they want to be sure that you can keep your job, and an employer should give that to you definitely when you ask them for it. Now, this is why you should probably be looking for a job first, and maybe you can even find an employer that can vouch for you. Third, they will ask you for a proof of finances. That's usually just a statement from the bank that you do have some savings around and that you can pay the rent. They just have to know that you are financially capable of paying the rent on time, which is another reason for you to have some savings on your account. And fourth, you will probably need a copy of your ID or a passport, some kind of a document that proves who you are, because they do need to know to who are they letting their apartment to. Or if you get the go ahead to move into the house, but you need to provide the very last bit of accommodation, they will ask you for your PPS number, which you should get the second you come into Ireland, the second you find a job actually. So after you provide them with a PPS number, you will probably have to provide them with your deposit and first month's rent. That's usually how things go, but you may be asked to provide maybe 2 rents or a deposit in the range of 2 rents, something like that. But it's usually just a deposit of 1 month's rent and the first month's rent. So you can also look at how much am I paying my rent over here and know what to expect. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, and good luck with your accommodation hunt.